Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to another Wild Rift video, and in today's video I am gonna be teaching you a whole new playstyle that you can do with Janna. My old Janna videos, they're not good anymore because this new playstyle that I discovered myself by playing Janna, my god, it makes her so damn strong. So enough about that, I'm gonna explain the build right now. If you wanna skip to the gameplay immediately, timestamps in the description. So let's talk about how to build Janna. See, I actually always start with Ionian Boots of Lucidity and a Redemption. It's just so powerful. It's like when you get this in the early game, it's incredibly powerful. It's better than rushing an Ardent Sensor because you're not gonna be able to get the Ardent Sensor before the first dragon anyways, because you're just a support and getting a tier 3 item is almost impossible as a support. So when you get the Ionian, when you get the Redemption, you're gonna have a good power spike for the first dragon and of course in your laning phase. After the Redemption, you often and generally want to go for an Ardent Sensor, unless you're playing with a Jhin or a Ziggs as a, what was that sound? As an ADC, you almost always want to go for this one when you're with Kai'Sa, Jinx, Ezreal, Tristana, any normal ADC pretty much. Now after that, here, let me teach you guys some things that you can do here. First of all, if your team needs healing, so when you're playing composition and against a composition who has a lot of sustained damage, like Orianna, like Jinx, like Ziggs, champions that can deal a lot of damage over time, but champions that don't have a lot of burst damage, then you should always go for Harmonic Echo. Because what Harmonic Echo is going to do, it's going to heal you and your teammates up, right? It's going to heal up your teammates for health. Does the enemy, or is the enemy, full attack damage? And trust me on this, you may think that I'm trolling, go for a Deadman's Plate. Just go for the Deadman's Plate. This item is so powerful on Janna if the enemy is full attack damage. And in the game today, I did actually go for the Deadman's Plate. Because first of all, it gives you an insane amount of movement speed, which fits Janna really well. More on this later. Secondly, it gives you the max health and the armor, of course. But as I said, if the enemy is not full attack damage, just go for the Harmonic Echo. Now, as your third item, it depends. Does the enemy have a lot of assassins? And you have to listen carefully here because this is very important what I'm saying here. If the enemy have a lot of assassins, like Evelynn, like Lee Sin, like Kha'Zix, get a Protector's Vow. Because what this is gonna do is when the assassin dive your ally, your ADC, you are gonna give them a shield. You're gonna get a shield and your ally is gonna get a shield, which is obviously really powerful against assassins. Does the enemy just have a lot of attack damage champions but not full attack damage? Then, as I said, you can still go for the Deadman's Plate, right? If they only have one ability power champion, you can still go for the Deadman's Plate. You can also rush your Rabadon's Death Cap. Do this if you feel like you don't need any armor, you don't need the Protector's Vow, then you can go for the Rabadon's Death Cap. Does the enemy have a lot of ability power and like a very annoying ability power support like Seraphim or something? Go for Athene's Unholy Krill. This one is going to give you 40 magic resist, which is really powerful. It's going to give you a lot of defense against these champions, not going to allow them to one-shot you. So if they have a lot of ability power that is going to be targeted to you, get the Athene's Unholy Grill. And those are pretty much the items that you want to go for on Janna. I already explained when you want to go for which item, right? So here I actually always go for Aerie. I've seen some people go for where is it? Font of Life. I don't like it, however, because it doesn't fit with the playstyle that I do with Janna now. I used to play Janna with my second ability up fully upgraded. If you do that, maybe Font of Life is worth it. But I fully upgrade my third ability first, and that's why Aerie is gonna be better. As your second ability, Weakness. Weakness is gonna trigger with your first ability, your second ability, and also with your ultimate when you push them away, right? So Weakness is gonna allow your team to do way more damage to the enemy. Loyalty to give you and your ally armor and magic resist. Really good, of course, on Janna, especially in the laning. When you're laning against the enemy, you're both going to be getting a lot of well, not a lot, it's just a little bit, but a little bit of armor and a little bit of magic resist. As your fourth rune, Pack Hunter. Yet again, every type of movement speed that Janna can get is extremely worth it. Your spells, you want to go for Flash and Heal. You can also go for Exhaust if you're against a very annoying assassin like Zed or something. When Zed wants to engage on your ally, you can exhaust him and then, reduces damage by a lot. So on to the gameplay. And today, we have a lot of Grandmasters in the game. And let me start talking about this new playstyle. Because you guys are, I don't want to It's not a clickbait. It's not a clickbait, and you will see why. I'm not gonna be playing the game as a normal support, and it's actually gonna start since the very beginning of the game. So, you know, during the first minute or so, you're basically just Janna. You upgrade your second ability. You can also upgrade your third ability, and let me explain when you do upgrade your third ability. Third ability first. So if you want to trade at level 1 in your lane, right? Like if you want to take a fight at level 1 in your lane, tell your ADC to step up and deal damage. And what you're gonna do then is you're gonna shield your ADC, providing him bonus attack damage and of course providing him a shield. This is a must do when you're playing with a Draven, for example, right? When you're playing Janna Draven, don't upgrade your second ability first, but upgrade your third ability first. Put it on the Draven and allow the Draven to just completely outdamage the enemy. So let's take a look at this. They nerfed the second ability of Janna, and that's why I changed my playstyle, and I was kinda experimenting with other playstyles. And that's where I figured out that this is what you can do on Janna. And let me now tell you what this is. This is rotating. You are gonna be rotating all game long. You're gonna be in the jungle, you're gonna be in the mid lane, you're gonna be in the top lane, you're gonna be everywhere. By the way, let me give you guys a challenge for this video. If this video reaches 1000 likes, I am gonna play full attack damage Garen. You heard it correctly. With the new changes to Garen, you know, attack damage Garen is gonna deal bonus damage. So if you wanna see that, make sure you give the video a like, right? I'm curious if it's actually gonna work. So let's take a look at this. Already, I am invading their jungle. Take a look at this. Boom, first blood. And boom, ability power, blue buff. This is already the start of this playstyle. See, let me just drink my water real quick. The reason that this is incredibly powerful on Janna is because Janna's passive gives her bonus movement speed. And it's a lot of bonus movement speed, guys. Also, your allies get bonus movement speed when they move towards you. So what does this mean? You're always going to be really good when you're with your allies. They can escape more easily, and when you're in the middle of the enemy, they can chase more easily. These are things that not many Janna players pay attention to, but it's incredibly powerful. So here, you know, I'm still laning with my teammate, helping him a little bit, but whenever I see an opportunity to rotate, I will rotate. So let's take a look at this. I go back, I already got my redemption, and this is where your first major power spike starts. See, when you get the redemption, you're gonna be stronger in teamfights than your enemy. Why? Because redemption provides a team-wide heal and a team-wide damage towards the enemy. It deals 10% of their HP damage, which is actually quite a lot, right? So this is when you really want to utilize the redemption. You really want to look for rotations. Like right now, I was just looking at the map. Can I rotate? Should I rotate? No, because it was way too far for me, and it's just not worth it, because it would have taken me way too much time to rotate. So whenever I see a fight close to me, I am just gonna rotate. Right now, it's just basically me staying in the lane and waiting for an opportunity to rotate. That's literally what's happening right now. I am just waiting for opportunities to rotate. I see the Kazakhs in the top lane, by the way, and this is what you should always see. You know, you should always look at your map and pay attention to where the enemies are. So let's take a look at this. The Lee Sin is here. We want to take this fight, and I want to go aggressive here, right? Like, I want to go aggressive. I'm kind of baiting the Tristana here. And let's take a look at this. I use my ultimate and everything, but it was a fail. This was a fail. We completely screwed it up. Galio tried to come here, but he got killed before he was able to. And this was just not good, guys. So let's take a look at this. Again, I'm rotating. I want to help this fight. We want to take the dragon. I can just use my tornado to keep them away pretty easily, right? So let's take a look at this. Camille uses her ultimate. I use my second ability to do even more damage. Easy, easy kill. So the thing that you want to do as a Janna as well, and this is a thing that probably no one really taught you about Janna, but I am going to teach you about it. It's your passive. I mentioned it earlier. It gives bonus movement speeds to allies running towards you. This may not seem like it's significant, but you really want to position yourself in a certain spot where a lot of your allies are going to be moving towards you. So, and this is where the new build comes through, the Deadman's Plate. When you get a Deadman's Plate on Janna, you're gonna be incredibly tanky against attack damage champions. So what you can do with the Deadman's Blade is you can position more aggressively, right? You can get a little closer to the enemy, and like when you're closer to the enemy, your allies are gonna be behind you, and when they move towards the enemy, of course they're gonna be moving towards you too, thus providing them bonus movement speed. And this is actually pretty huge, guys. It is pretty huge to provide that bonus movement speed to all of your allies. Look at my positioning here. Whenever the Lee Sin moves towards me, yeah, not anymore by the way, because I had to run away. Whenever the Lee Sin would have moved towards me, he would have got a bonus movement speed right there. So here I sacrificed myself, right? The Zed used her ultimate, his ultimate on me. I couldn't really do anything against that, to be honest. So these enemies are full attack damage. Of course I'm going to be going for the Deadman's Blade. And see, at this stage of the game, after 5-6 minutes, don't even rotate to your dragon lane anymore. Like, look at this. I'm just rotating to the mid lane. The Rift Herald is spawning. You know, I'm gonna look for fights. I don't care about my ADC. I'm gonna help my teammates to fight here. So they're going for the Rift Herald, and I'm just gonna be ready to fight, right? I'm gonna be ready for them to fight here. I'm dealing some damage to the Zed. I was kinda baiting him, and let's see if they can actually kill him, because I saw my team, and there it is. They killed the Zed. I was wasting his time, and they got the kill easily. Here I use my redemption, but it seems like my whole team wanted to go back, which is kinda funny to see. So let's take a look at this. Kaisai's coming. Again, I'm here, you know, just doing my thing as a Janna. And whenever your teammates go in, you give them a shield. You never want to use your shield on yourself, because it's especially with the Ardent Sensor, because it's just not worth it. You always want to use your shield on your allies, and you especially want to use your shield on the ADC, unless the ADC is trash. But this ADC was actually pretty good, and the Lee Sin was also really good. So, and another thing to understand is your shield gives bonus attack damage. So you actually almost always want to use it on an attack damage champion, right? Like Lee Sin, Darius, Kaisa, any attack damage champion. So you have to try to use it on them, not on your ability, but not on the ability power champions like Evident, for example. Unless of course she needs the barrier, but it's just not as efficient as using it on an attack damage champion. So here, you know, Deadman's Blade. I'm just going straight up for the Deadman's Blade. It's their full attack damage, and I want to tank up, and it's just gonna be really powerful. So the Galio is going a little too far. Let's take a look at what I'm gonna do. I use my redemption on him, and here I'm gonna save him, right? Galio can just run towards me, and I'm gonna save him. What? Hello? Galio? Do you have eyes? Can you see me? I'm walking towards you. I'm using my flash to save you. And you just use your ultimate like that? Are you just completely disrespecting me, or what's going on? What's going on? What's going on here? What's going on? I should probably put this back 1 second. What is going on? Why would you do that? Like, this is the power of Janna, you know, you can rotate everywhere and you're gonna be super fast. But if your teammates don't even see you, of course it's not gonna work, right? But you saw how fast I was there, right? And that's because of my items and my passive. Your passive gives you 8% bonus movement speed. So the more movement speed you have, the more the 8% is gonna be, right? Do you get my point here? So the more movement speed you get, you're gonna get even faster than a normal champion. Just take a look at this. I give my shield to the Camille because I saw that she was engaging, and it was really good, as you saw there. It tanked up all the damage, otherwise she would have been really low. And let's take a look at this. I have my ultimate ready. I'm not gonna use it quite yet, but now Seraphim uses her ult, and boom, I heal up my entire team here, and just an absolutely perfect Janna fight. And I really recommend you to rewatch that fight to see how I actually did it there, because that was perfect. Everything was perfect. I allowed my teammates to move towards me to get the passive movement speed. My ultimate was perfect, tornado was perfect, second ability, third ability, everything was perfect. So yeah, I don't actually have a question for you to test your knowledge. Let me think. But you should probably put a comment under the video anyways, right? Because I'm giving away 15 skins this month. All you gotta do to enter is put down a comment under this video. And keep in mind, 1000 likes, I'm gonna do full attack damage Garen. I might even go for Infinity Edge, you know, like crit items. We'll see. If the video reaches it, I'll do it. Oh man, I don't think it's gonna be good, but it's definitely gonna be fun to play. That's to the very least. So, like, have you guys seen me in the Dragon Lane this whole game after 4 minutes? No, you haven't. And like, just look at this. I'm continuously being here, and we're getting kills. Look at this. Look at how aggressive we're playing together here. I have my ultimate ready. Unfortunately, I was a little too late for the Lee Sin, but it's okay. Here, I'm going for the Camille as well, and I couldn't make it to her either. This was a pretty sad fight. I kind of screwed up because it was just very unlucky timing, everything for me. So if the timing was a bit better, if I had played that a bit better, I would have been able to actually save my whole team here. I would have been able to save every single one, and we would have completely dominated the fight. Now these enemies do have a Nasus and a Tristana, so they can definitely make a comeback in the game, even though we're pretty ahead. And here you can see they're actually getting kills. This is not good. This is really not good. If they are able to get a few more kills, they can actually make a comeback in this game, because they have very powerful late game champions. Should never get too cocky in a game. So here, yet again, always with my team giving a shield to the Lee Sin, healing him up, easy peasy kill. When you get the heal spell on Janna, you're gonna be able to save your teammates so easily. Let me explain how. Your third ability can save teammates, your heal can save teammates, your ultimate can save teammates, everything can save teammates. You basically have 3 ways, no 4 ways, sorry, your redemption. So redemption, ultimate, third ability, and your heal, you know, the summon, the spell. So you have 4 ways of saving your team. And this is also the power of Janna. I really want to stress how important it is to play with an ally when you're playing Janna, right? Play with your ADC, play with your jungler, play with your mid laner, because of the items that you get, and because of how Janna works, right? Because you have an Ardent Sensor, which is going to provide bonus damage to you and your ally when you cast your shield on them. And of course, you know, you have Loyalty, which is going to give both of you bonus defense. You have, like, everything works when you have an ally with you. That Janna is not a champion that is supposed to do things alone. She's supposed to do things with her allies, to buff her allies and things like that. So let's take a look at this. The Nasus is here. He's obviously very tanky. So to escape, I just use my tornado backwards. Easy peasy. You know, when enemies are chasing you, you can just auto aim your tornado. Just double click it. Boom boom. Right, when you do boom boom on your tornado, it's just gonna knock them up because they're chasing you. Take a look at this. I just slowed the Siphon with my second ability, which is really good, of course, and it made her flash. So this Z is of course going for me, and this time I actually flashed away to survive. Yeah, that is basically a very easy way to survive from a Z. You know, you can just flash away when he ults you. It's like a pretty much guarantee that you're gonna survive, because he's not gonna be able to hit his full burst damage on you. Oh, take a look at this. Nasus is here, but I want to help my team. I'm very low, but I want to help my team. So I give them a shield, I knock him up, I run away, and we get the kill. Hell yeah. Like, this aggressive playstyle on Janna, guys, this is what you need to do. And this is what I want to see you guys do too. I feel like Janna is the strongest support champion in the game. She's even stronger than Braum, especially after I discovered this new playstyle. For me, at least, it's new for me. I don't know if other people have done it before, but like, just completely leaving your lane and just rotating through the map, because you're Janna. You're gonna be better than any other champion because of your movement speed. You're gonna be able to catch up to enemies way easier than any other champion. You're gonna be able to rotate super fast and be in every single lane way faster than the enemy support. And that's why this is always gonna work. Now, do bear in mind that you have to communicate with your ADC, like, hey, be careful in your lane, I'm rotating. If they can understand that, right, if they can play safe, it's gonna be worth it. But if they cannot play safe, it's not worth it, because they're just gonna get killed over and over and over again, right? So you do have to communicate it with your ADC. Otherwise, they're gonna get tilted, they're gonna flame you, blah blah blah, you know, all those things, which is all not good. Just look at how aggressive we are. And when you do win the early game with Janna, you can just keep snowballing the game. Like, you can just keep harassing them over and over again. It's all because of the bonus movement speed you have, because they're just not going to be able to catch up to you. It's going to be very hard for the enemies to kill you, and you are always going to be able to catch up to them. That's the thing with Janna. You are always going to be able to catch up to enemies, and enemies can never catch up to you. Also because of your first ability, of course. You can shoot it backwards, and they're just not gonna be able to catch up to you. And like now after discovering this new playstyle, I hate seeing Janna players just staying in the dragon lane the whole game. Because it's so bad. It doesn't work with, well, it does work. It doesn't work, of course. But you're just not going to be utilizing your passive with that. Your passive allows you to rotate and roam around super fast. So why would you not utilize that amazing passive? Why would you stay in your lane and not utilize the bonus movement speed that you get, guys? That's what I'm talking about. What are these sounds? What? Are you? Did you guys hear that sound as well, or was it just me? Am I crazy? I just heard something like, I don't know. I think I'm crazy. Yeah, I'm probably just crazy. Like, as I said, enemies cannot chase you, and the reason that you can always catch up to enemies, first of all because of your movement speed, secondly because of your second ability. Your second ability deals a lot of damage and it slows the enemies massively. And this slow allows you and your teammates to just quite easily catch up to the enemy. So that is the power of Janna. Now the problem with Janna is she can be a bit squishy, but you of course take that away with the build, right? When you go for the Deadman's Blade, or the Protector's Vow, or the what is that item called that gives you magic resist and healing? I forgot the name. But you know what I'm talking about, that item that I talked about during the build part of the video, which gives you like 40 magic resist or something. You really need those items for the tankiness on Janna, because otherwise you're going to be very squishy and the enemies can just pretty much one-shot you. See, if they cannot one-shot you, you're going to be golden with your team. With the redemption, with your ultimate, with the shielding, with everything, guys. Here we overextend a bit too far, as you can see, and yeah, this is not smart. This is... I just farted so loudly. I hope you guys couldn't hear that.
Retreat from the nexus.
Oh man. Well, HellsDevil out of context. Subscribe to Ignite Wild Rift, guys. Click the like button for his channel as well. And yeah. Okay. So that was the game. We should be able to just finish here. Oh, can we? I'm telling my team to teleport because I don't know what they're doing. We can just teleport to this guy and finish the game. It seems like it's not even necessary. The game is over. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give the video a like for the attack damage Karen video, and subscribe if you haven't already. I mean, a lot of you have already, but I just say this because it's basic YouTuber things, right? So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.